Welcome to the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Wednesday, September 29th. Today we will continue to have showers and thunderstorms over the eastern two-thirds of Utah. We already have a few showers and thunderstorms this morning over the central mountains, and we'll continue to see that increase through the afternoon with some areas of wetting rains. On Thursday and Friday, this activity will move further east, may impact parts of far southeast or eastern Utah near the Colorado border with some showers and thunderstorms, but for the most part, we will see drier conditions and gradual warming temperatures. We will also see snow at the higher elevations due to the much colder temperatures as the cold front moved through. However, one thing the cold front did do, bringing some precipitation and cooler temperatures, but also some improvements to the fire and the smoke upwind of the Great Basin. Therefore, we'll have diminished smoke impacts over the next couple of days, both at the surface and aloft. Over the last 24 hours, we've seen plenty of lightning activity across much of the southern and eastern two-thirds of Utah into far eastern Nevada. These thunderstorms did produce some areas of wetting rains and higher elevation snowfall. Also, over the last 24 hours, there were showers over in Idaho, again, higher elevation snowfall and valley rain. Great Basin fire activity was light with just a couple new smaller fires reported. Over the last 7 days, this does not account for the precipitation we saw yesterday. We did have really the only precipitation over in the far western and northwest side of the geographic area and also the far south. And over the last 2 weeks, we've seen very dry conditions across much of Nevada and Utah and parts of Idaho. But again, some of these areas, especially in Utah, have seen recent precipitation over the last 24 hours. Currently, our ERCs have dropped across the area. We still are seeing ERCs above the 70th percentile, but they are on the decline over parts of central and eastern Idaho and over northern Utah in areas that have not seen much rainfall from this cold front. However, the colder temperatures and higher humidity will likely have some effect in the coming days. Currently, our ERCs, looking at our charts in some of our drier spots of central Idaho, the ERCs have come down but are still well above normal for the time of year, and similar along the Sierra front. They have dropped a little bit, but again, due to very little moisture and only an increase in humidity, are still above normal. Looking at our satellite loop from this morning, you can see the trough of low pressure now over the central areas of the Great Basin, with much of the moisture further east over the eastern half of Utah. This trough will continue moving eastward and pushing that moisture off to the east in most areas by tomorrow. We will see a ridge of high pressure off the west coast start to build in, bringing us some warmer and drier conditions. So again, later today we will see that drier air move further east, but still showers and thunderstorms over the eastern half of Utah. And looking at our relative humidity and wind, we will continue to see that dry air in place across Nevada with single-digit relative humidity over parts of central and southern Nevada and much higher humidity off to the east and north across Idaho, Utah, and Wyoming. Winds will diminish, however, we will see north to northeast winds behind the cold front still remain gusty over parts of southern and eastern Nevada into western Utah. And again, these wind gusts will generally be around 30 to 35 miles per hour. As we move into Thursday, the ridge of high pressure starts to build in with gradually warming temperatures and does push much of this moisture along the Colorado border. So with the exception of those few showers and thunderstorms in the far east, we will see drier conditions and warmer temperatures region-wide. But significant fire potential still remains low in most areas and generally moderate as you get further west towards California. Relative humidity will remain low across Nevada and remain in the single digits to low teens, but still remain elevated across Utah and drop to between about 15 and 20% further north across Idaho. Similar wind pattern on Thursday with those breezy north to northeast winds behind the cold front affecting southern and eastern Nevada into western Utah with gusts generally in the 25 to 30 mile per hour range. So a little bit lighter winds than what we will see today. As we move into Friday, still hanging on to some moisture with weak area of low pressure near the Four Corners area. So we will still see possibly a few showers and thunderstorms over far eastern Utah. But again, otherwise drier and warmer conditions with another weak trough passing by across northern Idaho. We will see our areas in the Great Basin gradually dry out, but still generally low fire potential with only moderate pockets over far western areas. As we move into Friday, again, we will see those lower relative humidities across Nevada continue, and we will see, again, higher humidity remain across eastern Utah and over parts of Wyoming. Generally, lighter winds are expected on Friday with the high pressure starting to build in a little bit further east and pushing that low pressure off to the east. Looking at our max temperatures from today through Friday, so today will still remain quite cool with highs in the 50s and 60s in most areas with the exception of the far south. We will see gradually warming Thursday, and by Friday we will see valley areas across Nevada and Utah and southern Idaho reach the mid to upper 70s in some areas. And we'll see those temperatures continue to warm as we move through the weekend. Forecast amounts of precipitation are shown here. Again, just over the eastern half of Utah is where we're expecting those showers and thunderstorms with areas of wetting rains and higher elevation snowfall. As we move into the weekend, we will see that ridge of high pressure still dominating with warmer and drier conditions, and we will see a little bit more yellow on our significant fire potential map than green, especially across Idaho and into western Utah. Similar conditions on Sunday, gradually warming temperatures with the ridge in place with generally lighter winds. And then by Monday, we will see that ridge start to amplify and move off to the east as a trough of low pressure develops off the west coast. So we will see winds increase a little bit over western and northern areas of the Great Basin, but still generally warm and dry conditions, and similar conditions on Tuesday. The 7-day total precipitation isn't a whole lot different than the 3-day, generally over southern and the eastern half of Utah is where we'll see those showers and thunderstorms. But however, as we get into early next week, we might see some showers move back into far southern areas of the Great Basin. The 8 to 14-day outlook, taking us from October 6th through October 12th, shows generally warmer conditions over the eastern half of the Great Basin and cooler conditions over western areas as we have more influences from troughs moving in along the west coast. We also have a better chance towards the middle of the month of some precipitation across the Great Basin, so we'll continue to watch that to see if that precipitation is really as widespread as what's indicated. That concludes our webcast for today. Check back tomorrow for the latest updates.